Hey everybody, here on Sparkle Farm, another fun project we got going on. It's gonna be a multi-step project, but it's getting towards the end of December, and the project I'm working on today, that being that it's this sunny out and it's gonna be like 50 degrees here in Ohio, is a few of my friends, they replaced their, I hope you can see it with all the sun, it is kind of crazy today. This was their old island top in their kitchen. It's an iron ore granite, the installer told me. We're putting it in our workshop. It's a great piece of granite. It's kind of cool looking. The installer told me that the iron ore granite is one of the strongest pieces of granite out there, just because there's actually iron in it. He said when they were nice enough to load it on my trailer, it was probably somewhere around 700 pounds, give or take, he said. But being if I leave it outside for any amount of time, it could get up to probably somewhere around 1,200 pounds. Only because the bottom isn't sealed. So, you know, the top won't let anything in, but the bottom definitely will. So it's actually too big for our application for in the workshop. So we're gonna cut it down to a little bigger than like normal countertop size, which is like 24-25 inches. We're gonna cut it, I have to check my measurements, and I'll show you before we start cutting, but it's too heavy for me to lift. I wanted to put some 2x4s under it to support it when I make the cut, and I can't lift it, so we're gonna actually use the Power King. Alright, so the plan is to put this block here and use the hydraulics on the Power King to lift it up. So alright, so I got my 2x4 under it, and I put it close enough to this side because I'm going to be making our cut somewhere in here, and then I'm going to use this side as the backsplash. So that should look pretty awesome. Yeah, I guess let's get this stuff out and try and make our cuts. Alright, so about where the line's going to go, I'm just going to clean it up and dry it. So I want to actually mark it with the silver Sharpie. Sorry, I gotta put my sunglasses on. It is crazy bright today. And so I also need to always remember to be aiming the camera north today, it looks like. So I'm going to take a silver Sharpie to mark my cut and let it set, and hopefully it stays on while I'm cutting, because I'll have the hose going too. Alright, Honey and I went inside and we measured Sparkle's kitchen counters, and from the drywall to the front of her cement countertops is 25 3/4 of an inch. So we're gonna just go a little bigger, and I'll show you why. Ugh. So that is right there. This is already really fragile right here with the sinkhole. So I'm gonna make it 28 inches. I'm building the base for it anyway, so it doesn't really matter how big I make it. I could have used this whole top, but I think it will just collect junk, and I wanted a backsplash. So we're gonna go at 28 inches and be careful. All right. Now along the way, I'm just gonna hook my tape and make a bunch of 28-inch marks. I'm just going to use the V. Now I have a nice guided line. Alright, I decided on 94 inches. I probably would have put the whole piece in as is, but the sink isn't centered, and I just felt like this should be in a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. I think 94 inches will be a good number for us. It'll just work out better with lumber, and I can be upset about it later. Alright, so I have my length marked here, and what I'm doing is I'm going to use some F-clamps on this pretty straight 2x6 as my fence. Hopefully. So I'm just going to loosely put them on. Ooh. Honey dog. It is really weird to be doing this in the end of December. I'm just going to get both of them close. Wow, that one is dead on. Alright, so let's get some power and some water out here. Alright, so I got my 2x6, 1.5 inch from my mark. I got the saw with the tile blade in here. plugged into GFI. I got my mask. Let me just grab the water. And I have it running over there. I just didn't want to make everything a mud puddle around here before it's going to turn into one anyway. So you don't need much water, but wow, this stuff's really hard. I gotta tighten the blade again. Thought I already did that. Let's see what's happening here. So I tightened that pretty god awful tight. Wow, it just sheared the little gears on it off. Wow. That's a bummer because that's kind of a pricey blade. Alright, well that's not going to work. Because I figured this would give it a nice clean cut. Alright, let's go get the bigger saw. Alright, so this is my 12-inch Evolution tile saw. It was the cheapest electric tile saw or cement saw on Amazon a couple years back. So let's see if it'll do the trick for us. Hopefully I can cut this straight. Because if not, I don't know how I'm going to cut this. Might have to take the air compressor to you, camera. Yeah, as for freehand, I am pretty happy with that. You can see cut through almost all the 2x4, so that would have been bad. That probably would have broke my foot for sure. But yeah, we're gonna go for the big one. Definitely gonna move the camera farther away. Okay, that can't be good for the camera. Let's try something a little different. There's seriously no wind here today either. So sorry, you're just gonna see my back, but I don't want to take a chance. I don't want to take a chance at wrecking the camera. This one's already been sitting in a puddle, and we had to dry it. So maybe check out that video of how to fix your wet electronics. But I don't know how to fix dusty ones yet. That actually came out pretty good. Let me show you. I'd say that's a pretty straight cut for a freehand cut with a 12-inch blade. And cracked off here, but I don't think that could have, I guess I could have started from the other side, but I'd rather have that than something worse. Yeah, so I'll actually clean this up now while the saw is out, and this piece here will be the backsplash on here. Now, just one more cut to make while all this mess is out, and this is just a shot in the dark. I don't know if it's even going to be the right size, but going into the bathroom, I just want to give a little more room, so I'm just going to make a cut like that on it. I'm going to get actually I'll just make it 7x7, just the size of the speed square, and that's what it's going to be. Alright, let's get the stuff out to do that. Alright, so I'm going to call this a win. I got our backsplash there. I got our top here. I clipped the corner. I'm not sure if that's too much, but it is what it is now. No one will be able to have any problems getting caught going into the bathroom in the workshop. And I'm going to call it a win. So when I'm building the bench that this granite countertop's going to be mounted to, I'll bring you along. But I hope this helps somebody out with repurposing some granite, especially if you're like cutting it to fit in a spot. You should be able to cut it at home, so don't be afraid. So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up and a like, and hit subscribe. All right, see you next video.